Hey guys, it's Sunday. So, happy Halloween everyone. I'm wearing my Hufflepuff tie in honor of Halloween since I have no other costume. It's actually really funny because if you watch my YouTube videos on my personal channel, you'll know like a month or two ago my astronomy teacher made all of us learn how to tie a tie. And we had to take a test on it, and I passed, but that was like a couple months ago. So I go to put on this tie today, and it's the first one I've done since then, and I couldn't remember how to do anything. And I tried like 5 times, and I couldn't get it tied. So then I went and looked stuff up on the internet, and none of it made sense to me, so I had to watch a YouTube video, and then suddenly it all came back to me like halfway through the video, and I did the rest of it on my own. But yeah, I'm wearing my tie. I would be wearing all Hogwarts robes, but I don't have any okay. So these are Hogwarts robes that I dressed up as Hermione when I was, wait just a second, sorry, that was my dad. We have trick-or-treaters coming. This girl I used to be friends with, not so close now, came and told my dad she wanted to tell him, she said hi, I can't talk. Yeah, so that was a little weird. Anyway, so I have Hogwarts robes from when I dressed up as Hermione when I was like 8 or 9, and they don't fit anymore. They're extremely small, and they're Gryffindor, and I have a Hufflepuff tie. Okay, so you guys have realized that the past 2 Thursdays, Louise hasn't posted a video, and I talked to her yesterday. Her camera is being fixed right now, so she won't be posting videos for the next like few weeks. So just so you guys all know, that's why she hasn't been posting videos. So I apparently completely forgot to answer Stephanie's questions last week. And I don't know how that happened. I guess I forgot to write them down or something when I was watching her video. But I realized that later, so I'm going to answer those now. But the first one is Pepsi or Coke, and definitely Pepsi. What is something that reminds you of your childhood? I don't know. I have a lot of stuff in here that are kind of like old to me, but I'll show you over here. Those are just some of my stuffed animals. There are more in boxes like around my room, but I also have Harry Potter action figures up there. There's Harry and Hermione. I have Ron somewhere, but he got lost. And then this I know you've seen this in the background of some of my videos on my personal channel, but there's a little Hermione that I've had for years. This was on my birthday cake one year. And then I have dolls. And this doll right here, I got when my sister was born, so she's really old and torn up. Her name, oh crap, I can't remember her name. Well, she had a name that I cannot remember. And then this one I got from, I think my godmother gave that to me, but I'm not positive. But it says August on the little pail, because that's when I was born. And then the rest of the dolls in here are American Girl dolls, and I used to be obsessed with American Girl dolls. I used to also have an itty bitty baby, but I don't know where it is. It's lost, which is kind of weird because I don't know how you lose a doll, but it has to be stuck. Because I used to share a room with my sister, and over that way, she's still in the room, but I got this room, and so it's probably in there somewhere buried under stuff. But yeah, I used to be obsessed with American Girl dolls, so I'll go with those. Would you rather be the hero, anti-hero, or villain? Wow, I wish I would have thought about this. I don't know. I think it'd be interesting to be any of them for different reasons. I mean, if you have to be the hero, you got to save everyone and everyone likes you. But then if you get to be the villain, that would be really fun too because everyone would hate you. And being the anti-hero would be cool. I have no idea. The cause you feel passionate about, that is really hard because I mean, there are so many like good causes and everything. I don't know. My church has a sister church in Haiti that we send money to, and we see like she'll come and show us pictures of like stuff from the money. Like we sent them money to help them finish their church when it wasn't built, and stuff like that. And the Beta Club at my school sends them money too. And what am I looking forward to in November? I don't know, since I'm not allowed to say Thanksgiving, and pretty much nothing else is happening in November. I don't know what to say. Oh my god! Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 is coming out in November. How did I forget that? that is what I'm looking forward to. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 in movie theaters. I cannot believe I forgot. I really quickly want to tell you guys, all of you guys who are Harry Potter fans, there is, I don't know if you've watched a Harry Potter musical and a Harry Potter sequel, but there's a new, which is like a Harry Potter play parody thing that's on YouTube, and there's a new one called The Final Battle, which was performed at Infinitus, the Harry Potter conference this summer, and they're going to perform it at LeakyCon 2011, which I'm going to, and I hope I get to see it, because it would be awesome. But it's on YouTube, and like the first act is on YouTube right now, and I haven't watched all of it yet, just part of it, but you guys should definitely check that out, and I'll have a link to it down there. Look at you, I got, oh god, she always has to lick me, okay. My sister interrupted me very rudely, but now my question for today is, what are your favorite websites? And I have quite a few since I spend a lot of time on the internet, but Twitter is my first one. I'll put links to all these sites in my profile, if I have a profile, on all this, down there. I can't talk. But I spend a lot of time on Twitter. I Twitter all the time. And I also have a blog. I have 2 blogs. And so those are some of my favorite websites. YouTube. I watch a lot of people on YouTube, like a lot of different vloggers and stuff. So that's definitely one of my favorite sites. And then Goodreads. I have an account on Goodreads, which if you like to read is an awesome site. Like you can track, you can review books and put where you're at in books and your status and stuff. And you see what your friends are reading and stuff, so that's really cool, and I need to put her down. And so that's an awesome site, if you like to read and stuff, and I really like that site. And then there are a couple sites, like My Life is Average, Poppy. My dogs don't like the trick-or-treaters. But, My Life is Average, Average Wizard, which is a Harry Potter themed website that's basically like My Life is Average. Basically, it's a bunch of Poppy. It's a bunch of people post stories on there of things that happen just to them, just everyday things that happen to them, but they're really amusing stuff. And Average Wizard is stuff that happens to people that has something to do with Harry Potter, in their day. I know one of the funniest ones I ever read was someone said they were just walking down the street when they saw people dressed as Harry, Ron, Hermione, and Snape running past them, yelling at each other, Snape yelling at them and stuff. It was really funny. But, yeah, so those sites are awesome. There's also a Twilight version of Average Wizard, but people barely ever post on that, and the ones they do aren't usually that interesting. But I'll post that down there. And now, I saved the challenge for last, and I need to hurry because my battery's getting ready to go dead, and this might take a while. But anyway, this is going to be an incredibly long video. So my challenge this week is I want you guys to read something you've written. It doesn't matter if it's really bad or anything, I don't care. And you don't have to have written it recently even. It could be something you wrote for school, when you were little, or something you wrote recently. Okay, my dog is messing with my backpack. I chose this because I couldn't think of anything to do, and then I was writing the other day because I love writing. And I just decided to make that the challenge because I can't come up with anything else. So I hope you guys are all okay with that and okay reading something you've written. But I'm going to read a part of the Avatar fanfiction I'm working on because I know not everyone's an Avatar fan, but I've written a couple short original fiction stories lately. But they've all been entered into a contest, and I'm almost positive it would be against the rules for me to read them aloud on YouTube. And then I'm writing another original fiction story, but it's still in the really rough stages, and I definitely don't want to read that yet because it's just not a good thing to read right now. But I'm going to read a part of my Avatar fanfiction. Okay, so what I'm about to read is from the last chapter of the fanfiction that I posted online on fanfiction.net, and it's the very beginning of the chapter, but it's chapter 15. So obviously, if you haven't seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, then you're not going to know who you're not going to know who the characters are anyway, because both the characters that are in this scene I made up, but you're not going to I don't think it's too confusing. I tried to choose something that wouldn't be too confusing to people who haven't watched Avatar. And obviously, if you haven't read the fan fiction, you're not going to completely know what's going on either. But those of you who have watched the show, the two characters in the scene I'm going to read are Ichiko and Hajime. And Ichiko is the daughter of Toph and Sokka, because my fanfiction is Katang, Taka, and Mako. I'm nervous about reading something I've written. I don't like people reading what I write when I'm around. I can post it online and know other people are reading it, but if I have to, read it to someone or watch them read it, then it makes me nervous. So I'm a little nervous right now. But, Ichiko's the daughter of Toph and Sokka, and Hajime is the daughter of Suki and a character I made up. And they've known each other since they were born. And they're on Kyoshi Island. I'm trying to think of anything else I need to say. If you've watched the show, then Azula has escaped from prison and is on the run. And she just broke Ozai out of jail, but Ichiko and Hajime don't know about that yet. And so they're kind of scared about what Azula is going to do and stuff. So that is kind of what's happening right now. And I don't know how long this is going to take me to read, so it might be edited down to make it shorter, because I think this video is already incredibly long. Okay. So this is from chapter 15, Don't Let Her. I'm really, really scared to read this. Okay. Ichiko sat on the beach, watching the giant koi fish in the distance. Her head rested on her knees as she got lost in her thoughts. She didn't notice at first that Hajime had sat down beside her. He nudged her after he'd been ignored for a few minutes. She literally jumped to her feet as soon as he touched her. He'd probably have been attacked if she hadn't noticed it was him so quickly. "Don't ever sneak up on me like that," she yelled in rage. Her voice shook as she spoke, and Hajime could tell he'd frightened her. Truthfully, she had frightened him too. Azula had all of them more scared than any of them would admit. For a minute, Ichiko looked as if she was debating storming off and sitting back down where she'd been before Hajime had scared her. Hajime didn't say anything. He watched Ichiko for a moment before turning to look to where she'd been staring before being interrupted, the giant koi. Suddenly, Hajime spoke up. "Sometimes I wish I wasn't human. It seems like it would be so easy being an animal. Sure, they have emotions, but they're nowhere near as complicated as our emotions are. Take dogs, for example. They either hate you or love you. It's as simple as that. They don't judge people so easily. If you're kind to them, they're kind to you. Dogs don't set out to make each other's lives miserable. They don't want power. They help each other, work as a team. It's so simple." Ichiko just stared at Hajime. She had no idea where this was coming from. She slowly sank down in the sand behind him. After his little speech, neither one of them said anything. Hajime watched the koi, and Ichiko watched Hajime. He seemed different to her somehow, right at this moment. Finally, Ichiko broke the silence. "I understand. I was thinking about what it would be like to be a fish before you came." She turned to look at the koi again as she spoke. It doesn't know who Azula is or why everyone's so scared of her. I thought it would be great to be so carefree. Then I realized that there's problems with being a koi too. They have to worry about predators and always finding food, sure, but the biggest problem is that they don't love like we do. My sister is spying on me, I think. Okay, my battery's getting ready to go dead, and my sister is out there. But I'm going to try to finish this before the battery goes dead, and I don't know where exactly I was. Okay. I mean, who knows if they even love at all. Dogs are loyal to their owners, more so than most humans would ever be to anybody, but is it really love? I think that's what's so special about being human. We have to deal with a lot of crap, but there are so many great things that make up for that. Ichiko had never considered herself to be good with words. She had no idea where this was coming from. It just came to her as she spoke. Ichiko looked back at Hajime. "I won't lie, I'm terrified of Azula, but I realized today that she can never win. She's after power. Even if she wins and gets what she wants, we'll still have each other." She paused before continuing in a tight voice. "Even if someone we love dies because of her, we'll still have one. Azula's life will always be miserable, and although this may make me a horrible person, that makes me feel better." Neither one said anything more after that. They watched the sunset together before walking home in silence. As they walked, Hajime wrapped his hand around Ichiko's, and she surprised herself by not pulling hers away. Then, in front of Ichiko's door, Hajime kissed her on the cheek, smiled, and left without saying a word. And that's the end. So, yeah. Bye, guys.